could be towards a long crossover. They're heading towards B for now. Maybe a mid-split will be coming through. Actually, early smokes deployed here, Chad. So that's going to be Xbox smoked off.
Okay, well, throwing this mid utility in a different variation to as they did yesterday. Still need to get the same space here. So down through the lower tunnels, Keto will be leading the charge. On his side will be syrsoN with that bomb. So forcing the CTs back out of short, out of close mid. They now have the map control they wish to work with. There's a 3-man stack over towards B for FTW.
Yeah, DDias on the scaffolding as well. It's a very prime position with Agil baiting him in from the double doors as well. Commonly overlooked. Thank you for highlighting. And yeah, the mid-split looking like this. Smoke for spawn, flash towards the window, make your way up. It's all about DDias. If he's overlooked, a chance for 2 kills there, at least.
Yeah, he needs to convert. This is a power position. You put yourself here because you need to find the kills. Agil's going to throw that flash over. It's way too deep. And DDias is going to get the first. The bomb's loose. This second, he converts it as well. And that should be the round. Faven onto KST, sure, but the bomb down in the worst possible position. But if they keep giving Faven fights, he's going to keep on clicking. He'll take DDias. We've drawn ourselves into a 2-on-3, and Krimbo's flank. It's late, but better late than never, says syrsoN. He'll take down Krimbo, stadodo onto Faven, and that'll be the pistol round for FTW.
Yeah, a very clean and concise one as well. We kind of built up the importance of the positional awareness of DDias and flashbang from the teammate. They don't check it, and he manages to get the opening kill and follow things up as well. Get his second, and no bomb plant granted towards Big. Agil doing great work here. Faven, before he had a chance there with 2 kills towards the bomb side, but unfortunately didn't even get close to a plant. So it will be the force buy in response here as syrsoN challenging stadodo through the double doors. He actually comes off a lot worse. Takes a tag down to 50 HP.
I like this pace though. syrsoN over towards short is going to have to stall this out, and he will. The smoke is good, and he's going to fight for more here. syrsoN biting off more than he can chew. There's 2 kills. The P250 comes out, and he's going to grab a third before he gets silenced. And Agil, he's going to come in, clean things up, pick up that M4, and a great showing against what was a bit of an investment here from Big. So a good start from FTW, likely to be the third now.
Almost certainly. That was the full investment. So we've got syrsoN with about $600 more than his teammates, but they can justify some Desert Eagles by the looks of things. Keto and Krimbo, Faven as well, joining in with the upgraded pistols. But it's one of those rounds for FTW where you, like I say, just want to save money and keep things strong, batten down the hatches. stadodo just for the USP, which is absolutely fine. They've got no armor. And they'll rush towards middle here through the flames, taking considerable damage as the bullets will penetrate those double doors, find the first couple of kills, and they will bring one back. It's a nice deagle shot at least, but their M4 recovered. And remember, stadodo just had the USP coming into this one, so not a big deal so far.
No harm, no foul just yet. Keto, Krimbo, and Faven all still alive. We'll milk the rest of the timer off this clock if they can. We saw how late round some of the maneuvers from Big were, even with retakes. That was highlighted by the desk just there in our post-game segment. Talking about that retake on the B side where they lost syrsoN and that 1-on-4.
That was bizarre. That's the only word I can really come up with for. Like, that's just a difficult one to watch sometimes.
2 incendiaries as well on that retake.
Just don't know why they gave him so much room. It was very strange. But here's Agil looking to get that first kill with the FAMAS, and he'll do so with tremendous style and grace. Finds the double headshot, just Krimbo remaining. It should be dealt with in due course, so nothing recovered there. No bomb planted, but a couple of kills, not the end of the world. And the game really gets going here. This is going to be AKs and presumably the orb for syrsoN as well. And Krimbo just to purchase into this one, I assume the AK-47 as well. stadodo has been challenging towards middle so far with the scouts. I doubt you'll see him do it in the first gun round. When we'll see something a bit more aggressive, set the tone for the half, as they'll send 3 towards long. Orb patrols towards middle, but
one-way smoke here for syrsoN. Ollie's not going to cut it. He's going to get the shot off. Beautiful work there. The flash not good either, so syrsoN will find the opener. The big Sizz, we're calling him in remembrance of Ziz, but DDias, he's come forward. He has clawed one back. That's the AWP marooned on the floor here of Bedroom, and from AWP to AWP, from post to post. stadodo in lower. Ooh, just again. This is the stadodo classic, moving away in the inopportune moment. He's going to molly himself, but it's the 1G.
Don't do that. Oh, it was a little bit awkward trying to buy himself some time to retreat, but just scissored himself down to 0. And that's the AWP removed. And KST tries to find a positional advantage here, but if anything, finds the AK of Krimbo, and that should be round done. Not really much to be said about it. Agil and DDias can't even think about this retake. That's a nice little smoke there towards the double doors.
Yeah, good one from Krimbo. He's always got a little bit of the German in him. He loves the geeky utility as well.
I guess that's such a simple smoke, but no one really throws it like that.
Yeah, I guess when you consider how open you should be in the tunnel section right there. It's Agil's going to take one in the trade, and if he can find this kill onto Tabson now, maybe he fancies this. He's scooped up a M4 off the floor, so he doesn't have to go for the reload. Ducking, dancing, and dropping towards CT spawn now. This reposition, we'll spot one towards window. Starting to look good for Agil now, but he will need to confirm his fight. This is the thing. Let's frame this from a realistic perspective for everybody for a second. The team's playing up against FTW, giving them enough respect that it's not just scrimming all over the map, right? They're still using utility, still doing team-based Counter-Strike. But in terms of a lot of the fights they're taking, they're going, we are much better than these individuals, right? Yeah. They feel that they are much better. And this is the most awkward moment in the round.
Yeah, not one he'll want to hold on to in terms of the memory, but Faven, very brave to take that challenge. I dare say he wouldn't have had time to even get near the bomb, but still would have been down to the 1 versus 1. DDias with the Desert Eagle, and stadodo once again opening things up. He'll find Tabson towards top of middle. Can retreat as well, scot-free. Fancies another go at it though. You can hear the footsteps on the other side. He's got the backup of the rifle here in the form of Dust2.
I will say that stadodo's trademark this group has been the awkward fadeaway. Just on the wrong timing, He always pivots back or starts to move. This time...
That wasn't even a run boost.
Yeah, standing stalwart.
Yeah, just jumping across and offering yourself up. Happy to oblige. 2 kills for stadodo, and it's up to syrsoN to try and find these picks in return. So this could actually lead to a 4-1 scoreline. I have a bit of a curious conversation to maybe bring up here, because I think Big are just going to get zoned out here. We'll see if this gets interesting, but one of the things Rush was telling me, in Danger Zone, we do these things we call set bumps, where you put one bump on the ground and then you'd launch yourself into it with another bump. And he said that sometimes it wouldn't trigger because of it's on the ticks. So sometimes you would do it on the wrong tick and you would skip it, but there's no way to know what the correct tick is. I wonder if that affects run boosts as well. I'm sure it does. Like sometimes you feel like you do it completely correct and it just fails and you fumble. We see it a lot when it's an awkward moment. Teams will always try and run boost across like the long crossover, for example. Never seems to work. It's always a bit awkward for some reason. I don't know why. That we talk about. They always just start skimming across and land in the middle. It rarely happens. It's a clean run boost across the crossover itself. But that'd be interesting. I'm sure that there's some movement gods out there. Maybe somebody like Launders. I know he likes his KZ maps. This could be something to investigate, or maybe it is just bad form, bad technique. You know, a poor workman blames his tools. I guess it's one of those high-pressure situations. You're trying to do it on the fly without a timing, and we'll get the goal as well. Nice work. 4 kills from stadodo. Can't be too mad at that. That's actually a very strong start. Their money's starting to build up here. They've got 1 buy in the bank at least. Can't say the same for Big. They do save the AWP at least. So round number 6, probably more of the same. Deagles, Tech 9s, some armor. Try and see if syrsoN can do something with this. I do see AK being purchased, so you can see, yeah, that's definitely not the run boost you're looking for. I guess the idea is to get in that box in the corner and land on that, and you maybe have a strange angle. You can pull that one off. I think as well, you see a lot of teams deploying run boost in lieu of flashes. Yeah. Like it's just another way to open up an angle. Obviously, one of the more higher risk. But stadodo with a highlight on Dust2, we've already seen those. I think the issue right now is if FTW can get themselves up to a scoreline of 8 rounds, right, and Big are still stuck in, I don't know, 2 or 3, then we can start getting excited. But up until this point, we've covered every FTW game. There haven't been any glimpses to really sink our teeth into. It's been more nitpicking their higher tier opponents making mistakes. Exactly. Well, we'll see what Big can make of this one. Dossi feeling very brave, and he'll be punished. Pushes through the smoke, and now the B bomb site wide open. KSD needs at least his first kill, but he's been surrounded here. Will they potentially overlook his position? He finds the first and a chance for a second here, but too many players to deal with. Decent effort, but that will be the round in itself. Not really much to report there, just going for the mid-split, and a very, very brave maneuver, pushing through the smoke. Doesn't work out for them, and syrsoN punishes with the AWP. They scoop up 2 M4s, and now they're right back on track, I would say. 4-2, this was a must-win round, and they managed to capitalize. Very clean in the end. Exploring their options at all. On either side, it's going to be a clean save here. Have a look at this shot from syrsoN. Nice one as well. Catches him slipping through. If he misses that shot, maybe there's a chance the round is a bit more interesting, but KSD can only find that single frag. That was the planter. Doesn't really do much for them. And there we have it. Round concluded. Big will find their second, but they save the AWP. As we mentioned, there is another buy available for the Portuguese squad. But I suppose on the T side of Dust2, you'd expect them to be winning this half hands down. Probably still will, but a little bit of a bumpier start than they would have liked to have seen here to kick things off.
Yeah, that just seems to be the story of teams going up against FTW. I suppose something else has to be noted as well, and people might scoff at this and say, well, this is their job. Of course, this should be the case, but also bringing intensity in matches like this, it's a hard thing to do. It is a quality that you require as an elite level squad, but not always one that comes with the job, as we do get the opening pick from syrsoN again in towards B. KST. This time he's going to get the double up, and DDias here outside the doors. This one has been stalled out before it even gets started from Big. Sure, they get the open, but maybe that's it. A missed shot in the back, and syrsoN's going to get run down, one between the legs. And we're going to get some more football antics here. This time a nutmeg, as KST will get the third and the last kill of the round. So 5-2, well handled.
Yeah, and I suppose you're right there, Chad. Like we said, this team is very passionate. They want to prove themselves, but it somewhat extinguishes the fire inside you, knowing you can't progress any further. These games mean nothing for you, and all you can do is kind of sabotage the efforts of your adversaries at this point. That's all that's really on offer. They're obviously playing their hearts out, they're doing their best, but it's difficult to really be fired up and be hunting for the wins. But we'll see what happens as we get to the 5-2 mark. Very solid B defense, it has to be said. Going for these mid splits, and B attacks hasn't really been working out for them. As Big will take, I believe, a tactical timeout here.
So this is looking good for FTW, right? They should be able to wow, I suppose it depends on the buy. Big, once upon a time, would always play it safe, right? That, you know, there's a chance of rain, well, they're taking an umbrella. There's a chance for an eco, you're likely to see one here. So when that money is a bit more hodgepodge down the middle, they could have gone like 3 AKs and maybe some upgraded pistols. You tend to see them go the route of the eco. They're one of the teams with some of the geekiest utility, and they'll always have a pocket strat or two that they're able to whip out here to try and apply their trade.
Yeah, they've shown them a few times, that's for sure. And towards B we go once again. All 5 players heading towards this side of the map. It's going to be exchanging some utilities, so not necessarily committing. They've been watching towards the long doors, and DDias pushes off towards short. He'll have Keto to contend with down towards lower. He's got the Tech 9, perfect weapon for the job, but you would assume the CT will fall back once the smoke subsides, looking for the fadeaway kill to kick things off here, but he's actually found himself in a really tricky spot. Nice dink. Nade should finish things off. It goes a little bit too far.
Very risky stuff from DDias that didn't have any head armor either, so very susceptible to one bullet to the brain.
True, yes.
Fortunately, he does get away with his life, but now this utility that Big purchased up with, you can start to pitch it where it's going to finish. So still with 3 smokes.
B split again?
Could be, very much so. And the player who could ruin all of this is syrsoN, close towards the doors now. 2 players on the B bomb site of stadodo with the AWP and the backup of KST. Should be looking very good now, FTW, to convert their 6th round of play. 50 seconds on the clock. The final piece is a CT utility being bled through before the commit is called. The door smoke over towards B. The flash is starting to funnel through. They want to draw more eyes towards B and, actually head towards short with the bomb. The timing window is perfect. syrsoN's come across. Now it's top of A. It's DDias. Remember, I mentioned no head armor. The range benefits him here, but a clean shot might be the difference maker on towards A.
So, Keto going to be sent out first on the low HP just to take the crosshair away, but he actually gets a dink as well. There's their helmet coming into effect, and the P250 converts it. Great headshot coming through from Keto on low HP. A Jill now to be tested. Will they give him anything else to work with? syrsoN, he certainly has been. 3-on-3, a chance to win this one now. syrsoN not waiting for the teammates, going to try and take matters into his own hands. How is Keto still alive? That's unbelievable. Down to the 2-on-2, maybe not for long though. Krimbo, P250 and Kevlar. Not meant to be. It will be a Jill to close things out, but still a very, very decent effort there from Big on not having very much on the table.
Yeah, you're very happy with that, right? The fact you picked that up, the plant, it's going to give you more than enough cash now to operate. You can get that AWP on syrsoN, has over 7K. tabseN, just a note, yet to kill. And on the other side of things, Jill, he's got 12 kills to his name and only 2 deaths. So he's having a great game here in the early stages. Now, this is the point where if you're Big, you're starting to get a little bit sweaty under the collar, right? Sure. At this juncture, this is your map choice. You're down a 4-round hole. You know that you're the better team. You want to get this done 2-0 to kind of avoid, I would say, embarrassment. So at this juncture is where Big really need to get the engine going.
Does it have a knock-on effect that they don't 2-0 this? I think it's just a win.
The win to keep them hopes alive. And as Janko was talking about, I think they need G2 to beat FaZe later so they can fight for their life tomorrow.
As long as it's a win in the series, it doesn't matter if it's 2-1, I suppose. But yeah, still, you wouldn't want to be the only team to drop a map to FTW. That wouldn't be the best look, I suppose. But in terms of long control, Big have actually got a pretty decent amount, even more so now. That's DDias going down. Smoke on the corner to remove vision and keep the CTs glancing towards long, but it's all a bit of a ruse here. They actually be funneling up towards shore. stadodo so flashed. And it's a perfect execution here. Very well done. That couldn't have been nicer for Big if they tried. So that's going to be a perfect round.
And FTW even started to stop that. They played 4 players A within the early stages of that round, and faveN still was able to sneak out towards blue bin. So if you're going to start 4 towards A, you really want to make sure you're getting full control of long, which includes that blue bin territory.
They had no idea he was there. They had their crosshairs fixated towards the double doors itself. So he snuck out, punishes 2 of them, and that's going to be it. Just 2 M4s to be saved here. So a decent round there for Big.
Oh. If we could go to faveN right now, he's writing something on the wall with a Glock. Here we go. Thank you very much, Rusty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that Yan? Or a J,
Love?
an A?
Is it like the heart?
I think that's an N. That's an N. What is the last letter that he's gone for here?
I couldn't tell you. What is that?
Maybe,
you know?
maybe it's a significant other?
Yeah, with the heart, that's what I'm thinking. But who knows?
Well, we caught it at least.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows what's going on there, let us know. Hit us on the hotline. We used to have a red phone around Pro League.
We did, the bat phone.
Yeah, I bought that prop. It was one of my, I think it's floating around the ESL office somewhere. But yeah, if I'm misreading and I'm an idiot, just let me know, guys. I'm more than happy to take that bullet. But still yet to frag tabseN, but into winning ways again, Big. And FTW will call their first timeout an opportunity to confer before all the cash in the coffers is gone. AWP for stadodo, an MP9 for syrsoN, a couple of M4s around it, and a bit of marching orders to be sent as now we are back into freeze time, ticking on down.
Yeah, plenty of time to discuss their options here, but Big, certainly in the driving seat as we get into the next round. The utility's quite low. MP9 for syrsoN. Do have the AWP stadodo. He's only got 5 kills. It feels like he's had a few more. He's had some very impactful picks and certainly has been aggressive. We'll see if there's a change of mentality here. Maybe a different setup to be presented. And for now, 3 players once again towards long. Flash is coming in, throwing the incendiary towards blue bin this time, making sure that's not a possibility. Rightly so, I would say. Yeah, it's definitely clear now.
Fool me once. You guys at home can fill in the blanks.
We've all heard it before.
If you haven't, it's the internet. Ask your Google, your Siri. It's the Amazon one. Alexa.
Alexa, yeah.
Who else we got out there?
You've got Bixby for
Bixby.
Samsung users.
Okay.
He's not the most popular one.
No, I can't imagine so. Bixby.
Yeah, he's actually quite annoying, to be honest with you.
I'm very polite to my Google Home.
I've disabled it in every device. I find that this happens too often because I live with machine by Alex, so whenever I say Alex's name, it thinks Alexa's popping off, and that just had to be stopped immediately. That was just happening way too often.
Fair enough. Well, faveN, done some work out towards long before. This time on the boxes, you get a bit of vision and you get a spam battle, but can you find the frag? Both players down to very low points of health here, and the Hail Mary underarm isn't going to be enough to get them through, but they are towards A, and it's syrsoN with the MP9 to run down.
Yeah. Did his absolute best there to try and fend them off towards A. He gets a long-range kill towards Keto. 1 HP on Jill, and DDias once again given the task of finding multiple kills here. Gets the first, no problem. That's the AWP as well. So they've actually got the man advantage, 4 versus 3. Needs to wait for the flashbangs of his teammates. There's only 1 remaining, actually. So they'll throw that in and hope for the best, but the backstab looks like it could be tremendous here. And speaking of which, DDias mows them all down. The backstab does nothing for them, and another decent round for FTW, with 3 players surviving, including the AWP, after a Jill goes down to 1 point of health.
This is the best showing I think we've had from FTW across all the maps. This is the most comprehensive.
They're not stealing rounds away. They're not just getting cheeky eco wins. They're actually winning gun rounds here, and actually like looking dangerous in certain situations.
Another key for me is it's not just one player getting a 4K, right? That's really nice. When one player can step up and get multiple kills, we talk about the multi-kill factor, but we're talking about maybe 2 kills where you should only get 1, right? That's the difference makers here. So having more individuals chipping in, DDias in this situation getting 3 to his name. This is good for FTW now. The Portuguese giving us some life. We can get excited.
Let's start to get excited. I'm all for it. And it will be another long take attempt here from Big. Trying their chance here. The flash is being set up, but the smokes are deployed. syrsoN in a decent position. The flames are down as well. He gets 1 through the smoke. Can he find the second? I dare say he will. A fantastic start to round number 11 here. There's no response whatsoever. tabseN down to 16. These long takes have been thwarted.
Well, Big sent back pack and have to scratch their heads right here. Jill, syrsoN, the AA batteries right now, charging FTW up on that A site. 2 players remaining, plenty of time on the clock. At this point, it's can they drop the ball?
I don't think there's any chance of it.
It doesn't look likely, does it?
They didn't even make a dent, not even a scratch there, Chad. They just tickled a Jill down to 74, running through the smokes, the flames, didn't even get close to a frag. They were so flashed themselves, and that's going to be a sobering moment for Big. This one's starting to spiral.
One of the keys, right, you want on Dust2 is you want to establish a default so that you can have some information. But here I think that in a lot of these rounds, it's been direct calling out of spawn.
I think you're dead on. They've gone for like early mid splits or B takes, long takes, or A executions. We haven't really slowed it right down and filled out the map. You're right there. So this might be the time to make another timeout here. In terms of loss bonus, they'll be getting themselves $2,400 into the next round. So that's not going to be an awful lot. It will be enough to justify a buy. Keto can purchase the AK, armor, and everything else. Same sort of a Faven as well. They'll save these two weapons, but could be hitting the alarm bells very shortly.
Well, Big have constructed their safe room and look to hold on to the goodies. Asimov AK-47.
What a weapon that is.
Where were we before the AK-47? Okay.
Nowhere, I would say, to be honest with you. Nowhere really at all. It's great to see it still being iconic. There was a moment in CSGO history, I think we talked about this in the podcast, where it was useless in the first version of CSGO. The P90 was the mainstay weapon. The
As it should be, really.
As it should be. I do agree with you there, but the AK deserves its place, I would say, in the arsenal.
We've all seen Stargate, SG-1. We love
I haven't actually. Tell me more. I haven't seen Dragon Ball. I haven't seen Stargate. All your references are quite obscure, Chad. I'll be honest with you.
You haven't seen one of the
I'm
greatest sci-fi television shows of all time.
Not a huge sci-fi guy, to be honest with you. Don't really like Star Wars or Star Trek that much either, you know.
Well, you might like Stargate. There's a little bit of humor there.
All the stars, I don't like the other Star shows. Why am I going to like
This one's a bit more based in our reality.
Okay.
And they use P90s.
Oh, surely futuristic, like laser.
No, because that's it. I'm telling you, based it more in our reality. So maybe you can get into that one.
Well, if you're a Stargate fan and you'd like to send more trivia in, let us know. Is it the P90 officially, or is it just to look like?
No, I'd say it is officially the P90.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's no may the force be with you. There's none of this going on in Stargate. There's some good fun. You might enjoy it.
That's why I don't like sci-fi. It's just like all the magical powers people have. It makes the writing quite lazy if you ask me. Oh, I can read people's minds, or I can camouflage myself as someone else, you know? Like, that's what kind of annoys me with those sort of things.
Yeah, we don't have any of those X-Men manifestos going on over here.
The X-Men is the worst offender for that. I was like, oh, no, actually, I'm completely someone else. Don't worry about it. But anyway, in towards B potentially. Again, another set piece, Chad.
Krimbo has the bomb and he's first, so if there were breaks on this one, they're broken. Krimbo's in. He's going from 0 to 100 real quick, speeding down the highway. They're in towards B. DDias, another aggressive maneuver. He loves these. He's got in, he's dropped the bomb, and he's going to get another kill with Dust2. syrsoN stalled out toward tunnel, and this is fantastic from FTW. Bigger stumped.
Well, it's down to, I was about to say the 1 versus 1. syrsoN catches some residual damage there from the Molotov that was looking likely to go out, but still both the orbs up against it now. 1 versus 1. syrsoN, does he fake out the plan? Yes, he does. Vaults up towards the window here, and stadodo has got his number. He's ready for it. It's a nice idea from syrsoN, didn't mind that at all, but ultimately leads to his demise. And there it is, another round for FTW, 9-3. No bomb plant coming through. They get the opening pick, and once again, Chad, no defaults. Straight into a set piece of sorts, a contact play in towards B. Everyone following in. They get the entry frag. You think that's enough, but definitely not. They're completely shut out of the round once again.
Lots of bodies here, right? Yeah. This time, syrsoN over towards the B bomb site to help them out in this, so too shabby, not too shabby at all.
Well, well, well. Where were you when FTW picked up their first map in Group B of ESL Pro League? I was right here. I was commentating it. But where were you? Let us know.
Use the hashtag ESL Pro League as another opening kill has come on through, and this is a B pop again. Back of the site, KST is going to have to mow them down. The flashes, they keep coming. He's going to pop up his head, but they're already past. They're bleeding into the site right now, rampantly Big. The space has been taken, but, well, the safety net has been deployed. A nice soft landing on this B bomb site for FTW again. And Henry, I'm going to say it a little bit early, double digits.
Double digits.
10 rounds.
I think, can you go back into the archives? Have they got double digits before? I think they might have done. We've casted all their games. It's just been a lot of maps. And
even if they have got double digits, none have looked as convincing as this.
This is the best looking FTW we've seen all tournament. Yeah. All jokes aside,
they had a 16-10 against outsiders on Dust2, but it didn't look like this.
No, certainly not. On the CT side as well, are you kidding me? This is a brilliant performance. Like we said, playing for pride, and They should be proud right now. This is a solid CT defense against the map pick of Big as well. They thought they'd have a walk in the park here.
All right, well, as we mentioned, Big are fighting for survival here, right? They want to give themselves an opportunity to try and squeak through in the top 3 of this group. It does look unlikely, and even more so if they lose this series. It came down to winning today against FTW and hoping the results for the rest of the day go your way to mean tomorrow, going into the final round of games, you could at least play for something.
And it is new for the 3rd map, just to know where there's a knife round and potentially FTW can get the CT side. Big being frustrated. I don't know, I'm not going to say there's a chance just yet. We need to get there, but all those variables come through, you never know. Obviously getting a bit ahead of myself, but for now, a more structured round here.
And if Big can get these last 2 rounds, go into the second half, win the pistol, I think they can erect a CT wall just as impressive here as the Portuguese. So we really need to dial on in if we want to see this map getting picked up here for FTW. 1 more would be great, 2 more would be absolutely bloody phenomenal, and that is all they can grant here as they're starting to now posture out middle, getting clamped down on. KST has left the site with DDias, and they're ready for the mid play. Shadow spotted, bomb dropped, the early information is there, the trading is happening, but B, they've broken through.
That should be it. It's quite a clean sequence here. Keto confirms it. syrsoN puts the final nail in the coffin, I would say. Agil makes his presence known, but if anything, that just gives up the round. They now know they can plant, and he's so far removed. And the money is actually incredibly low. So they have been winning decent rounds, but collectively haven't been surviving. So we had 2 players in the previous, 1 before that. Gave a little bit too much away to those pistols, perhaps.
Yeah, it's left him in a rocky spot here for the final round of the half. Should be a buyer available on stadodo. Agil will be able to drop one, but there will be an emission, likely an MP9 in the hands of DDias. We've seen him operate with that more often than not.
It's bottom of the barrel loss bonus as well, so $1,400 for the last round.
It's not where anybody wants to be, as this AWP scoop up from Agil actually will make a big world of difference here if he gets to hold on to it. The push coming from Keto, he's low on HP. Does he really want to press the issue? Runs into the AWP and gets the kill. Great stuff there from Keto. The coach will be very happy with that. That's a huge kill. It means that now there's really no AWP available for this final round, round number 15.
Let's just check in with tabseN. 1 for 11. I guess not his moment here on Dust2. I guess it's because they haven't really been running the default. He hasn't really had a chance to get stuck in and feel the map out. He's just being thrown in with the boys, and against this brick wall that's been presented on the CT side, it's been a difficult affair for sure. So here we go, round number 15, a couple of M4s, MP9s. We haven't seen much activity towards lower, so interesting to see where this one goes, and I dare say they'll be expecting a push.
I like this. There's the timing right now. Footsteps are made back at Cat. If the long players didn't hear this, they won't be worried about the flank just yet because this is very, very fast. They've cornered off over towards T-spawn. More util out towards long, so all 5 members of Big are here, and they're locked down for the rest of the round.
stadodo is exploring whether there's any presence towards B whatsoever.
You've got a player in lower tunnels, and he's in T-spawn.
Yeah.
As soon as he's already kind of gone too far.
I would say, yeah, he's wasting time at this stage.
I get he's being diligent, but B
surely doesn't go any further.
B is 100% clear now.
He's still going.
It's
he's
100% clear.
Your teammate was lower.
It's literally impossible.
Your teammate was in lower. He spotted her.
Actually, literally impossible.
That's weird. A communication issue there, perhaps. But yeah, he was in a prime position to backstab towards the doors. If anything, just in lower B now. Full execution coming in towards A. Keto given the responsibility to be flashed in first, and my God, does he ever rise to the occasion. A ton of damage here towards the A bomb side. The MP9s trying to do their absolute best, pushing back with all of their might, but it's not going to be enough, and it will be 10-5. A very impressive half from FTW. They might be done with the tournament, but they are giving it their all in this series. Can they actually sneak away their first map of the tournament? Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break and be back with the next half very, very shortly.
Why is he just like the player everyone wants to be? Like the flicky, stylish AWPer and the aggressive rifler? Like, what's going on? syrsoN, he's got his work cut out for him. Ooh, bit of noise made, but there's syrsoN, nails the shot.
DDias, he's already on a double on this round. No one's watching it. syrsoN. Oh, the follow-up. syrsoN is on for the ace.
syrsoN in the window is smoked off. This is for the map. This is for the game. And he's waiting in the window. They have no idea. The smoke phase, a missed shot. He gets the kill. He gets him off the bomb. The pistol's out. The P250 might just save Big once again. And he's done it all on his own.
Goes down, it will fall to syrsoN, and he's hit some good shots. Very good shots, a double. Talk on ramp, he taps away, it's a good Julie double up, and he hits them both! syrsoN here with the AWP, but he's putting on a bit of a show. A fast wrapping long is Hunter. The only man left, syrsoN!
Welcome back, you lovely bunch of gamers. My name is Henry G, and I'm joined by resident commentator Chatty B. How are you doing, sir?
Wonderful today. The sun is shining. It's bloody hot here in Malta, and some of the conditions in the server, Henry, because the Phoenix of FTW is flying high. Those big on-fire wings flapping down the
and still covered in ashes, but still there is some life here in FTW. They will have 10 rounds to their name. Yes, indeed, double digits as they move on to the T side here on Dust2. They managed to win the pistol in the previous half. Can they replicate it and see whether they can actually have a go at taking their first map in the tournament?
Oh, 1xBet do not believe so. Odds still heavily favoring Big here, and you can understand why. FTW have only made a scratch in this group, and well, a dent is made by this nade from syrsoN, beautifully placed right there onto the tippy toes of DDias.
So in terms of the bomb in long doors for now, that will be defended by syrsoN, who is there with USP, of course. No utility to speak of. He's here for headshots only.
Aren't we all?
Yes, definitely agree with that. It's going to be an A split of sorts. One smoke, flash, and a Molotov for the bomb side, presumably.
Awkward transition on the timing now. We'll be able to get into pit. syrsoN, oh, is having to check two positions here. The short limp out as well as long, baiting syrsoN in. syrsoN's grabbed one. Now syrsoN can just tuck tail. I think he was spotted there. Agil jumping. He's definitely seen him. syrsoN's head a bit too big for those shoulders. They can't connect the dots. The bombs drop deeper towards the pit. And syrsoN's turned his back on the fight. I don't want anything to do with this. Let me reload, he says.
Don't die now.
From the pit position. syrsoN stalled this out, but it's all perfect timing for Keto's rotation. And it's just Krimbo. Just Krimbo versus two.
They know where he is as well. They've spotted him in the long doors, but how do they get across? The bomb was down in towards the pit. They've got low HP. One bullet would do it on either side. The flashbangs. Does he want to deploy both? He's going to buy himself a bit of positional control, get closer and closer. He knows. KST is incredibly low here.
He's bought enough time. I don't know if they're going to be able to transition from pit. They have to kill him. 13 seconds, they're going to run to the site, have to hardtail it now, running up long. It's just going to be one bullet here for Krimbo. Has he done enough? Delaying the site cross.
Oh, no!
He's won the round, Krimbo, the master of time.
Wow, so they did have enough time to plan there, so falling back wouldn't have been the best option for him. Getting towards blue boxes, being a nuisance, and just finding kill after kill there, perfectly played, and it will be the pistol in the end going towards Big. What a moment this was. How did syrsoN just turn around and stay alive?
We speak about it, right? The pistols in the back of the head are always so hard, it almost feels like the head disappears in those situations.
Yeah.
So syrsoN's actually used that in his advantage in a pistol round. It looks kind of funny, but it's genius.
It bought the extra 5 seconds required for the flank to come in for the long doors and cause absolute pandemonium. So, Big start their CT campaign very successfully, tested towards long once again, and a clean sweep this time. Get it out of the way with, yeah, why not? They're going to be buying into the next round. There was the full eco, but closing the gap now. 2-0, AK-47s will be drawn up against the MP9s of FAMAS. So not out of the woods just yet. Big have the good start here, but haven't upgraded any of the firepower.
Now, do they want to go for any aggressive maneuvers here? They haven't rejigged
I think
the
you have
weapons.
to be honest with you. Like, the fact they had such a clean round, it sometimes works in your detriment because you don't have the same sort of firepower as AK-47s, and they're going to try and challenge long 3 times in a row here. 3rd time's a charm. syrsoN connects the first shot. That's a very important one. He's trying to soften them up for all the MP9s and the FAMASs. He's done a great job, and there's the first kill. Equal trade for now.
But this is great. syrsoN can call he tag too, and Krimbo knows that there's no assist. So they know that there's 2 players who are the walking wounded. Traditionally, the scout does 70 damage, and Favored from downtown just pushes in with the MP9. Throw in the towel. This round's done.
Very well handled here. Came in with a little, but got a lot done.
AKs galore.
Yeah, AKs across the board now. 3 of them recovered. Excellent work. And yeah, just great utility usage there. Flashbangs being deployed at the perfect time. The scouts softening them up. A dream round for big fans across the world.
They got all the information straight away because they did push a player into lower immediately here. So this is how Faven was able to pivot back so quickly. They knew it was going to be this all-in long. And that flash is beautiful work right there. The 2 assists, that's great. That is great. And of course, you'd have a big smile on your face after that one.
They were so blind. That was unreal.
You always got to play someone anti-flash, don't you?
Absolutely along. So, another eco of sorts. We don't have Kevlar, but we do have Deagles. Definitely been a mainstay of this tournament so far, but I said they'll be dealt with in due course. syrsoN will get himself the first 2 kills. Faven will join in as well. And there we have it, another very clean round. Quick as you like. They're knocking on the door of double digits as well.
Yeah, plenty of confidence right now from Big. Now they're on the CT side. They're safer territory in this current meta. Everybody just loves the CT side. For the T sides, you've either got to squeak out the clutches or you have to capitalize off a pistol win, make sure you get those
historically,
conversions.
The only maps that have been like favored on the T side is sometimes Dust2 in certain metas, and maybe Cash in certain points in the game.
Yep.
That's about it, though. You're dead on. Like, the CT side seem to be getting stronger and stronger. But for now, we've got a team stat. Is that jumping across? I was about to say, to get knifed in spawn, Faven must have got tagged by the AWP, I'm assuming.
Well, the fact that syrsoN, I was going to say, wants to get aggressive towards lower here could give them something to work with.
Hinge smoke coming in from stadodo. And actually a lovely wallbang there. Krimbo pushes a little bit too much towards those long doors, gets spammed down. Like I said, Hinge smoke already been deployed from T-spawn, so do they want to use this? Could this be used as a veil to distract the CTs? It's actually setting up towards B, so suggesting players are up towards short, but in fact, they're actually sending a full attack towards the other side of the map here.
This is very hard right now for Big. Faven is on 41 points of health.
You never see more than 2 kills in this position. Like, you're lucky if you get 1, it seems like.
Let's see how many Faven can get here. Running out, uncleared right now. The spam a little bit wild. Will get 1. Is it going to be enough? The rotation from Keto calling for a flash. He steps out, takes the brave fight, and is already accounted for here. It's a 2-on-4 situation, but the fights keep coming. He taps to the in-game leader. A rough first half, but looking to have a great second half. Most down 3 as Gilles left in a 1-on-2 situation.
Beautiful work from tabseN. The hat trick is deployed and leaving a Gilles in a very difficult scenario. Sure, he has the bomb, but he's surrounded. syrsoN with the orb towards the tunnel, starts to encroach in his position. And a round that looked like it was definitely going in favor of the Portuguese falls apart. The in-game leader, who had 1 kill to 11 deaths at one stage, finds 3 in total, and they just get closer and closer. As soon as he goes to the plant, they're going to swing out. And I feel like he has no chance whatsoever. It takes something unbelievable. The smoke, though, buys him a bit of time. Down to the 1 versus 1, and he pulls it off. Keeps the hopes and dreams alive of FTW. Big clutch coming through. Amazing scenes from tabseN, but it's not quite enough.
Well, it's Gilles, man. This guy, we've been talking about him as one of the names to had some moments throughout, but Gilles, 23 kills. He has 12 kills more than anybody else on his team right now and steps up in a massive moment, wins a huge clutch after tabseN tries to bail them out, throws the life vest in the ocean.
And it's all about the smoke, Chad. Without that smoke, he doesn't stand a chance. It has taken him down, no problem at all. But the fact there was no trade potential there, trying to creep on in, he manages to reposition and come out on top in the 1 versus 1. Absolutely massive round for FTW. They're first of the half now, going up against a double orb setup.
Well, 1 for Faven, 1 for syrsoN. Makes a lot of sense here. Hinge smoke, perfect placement again. 10 from the judges during all of this. we're up to 11 now for FTW. If they can win this round, there's no saves from Big. You might see a save coming through.
Reactive play, CT's trying to explore their options towards the upper tunnels here. Thing is, if KST gets his first kill towards Keto, could be the potential of the double. We'll see. And syrsoN will take a dink through the corner, not too much damage. And there's the first shot. They're going to swing out on it, and like I said, a double kill potential is here. Molotov to be deployed, trying to buy space with the smoke, but can't move for now. Agil on the other side of the map will find tappsyrsoN, and things getting a bit uncomfortable for Faven, but he can reposition with the smoke. Surely falls back, Chad. Oh, surely.
They're going to think that he's left this position. They're ahead of that. Another kill towards A. DDias has found a gap, and they're just actually coming in towards B.
Wow.
Faven caught with the pants around the ankle, not expecting that maneuver, and it's Krimbo, the last man standing towards Long. He will get a kill, but does he consider going for this? I mentioned, unless they save a couple of guns right now, it's likely to be an eco into the next round from Big, so Krimbo has to hold on to this here. 12 rounds for FTW, their best posting so far at ESL Pro League Season 16.
My word. They're playing very well. After losing so many rounds in the second half, 4 in a row, thought we were done and dusted, perhaps. A bit of a flash in the pan in the first half, but they're here to fight, and they're actually going to be getting one step closer to the map victory, 12-9. The AWP is recovered by Krimbo, but here's the first shot. You'd think that would be it, but good recovery. KST locking him in with a Molotov to follow things up as well.
That's a big kill from Agil.
Yeah. Amazing scenes there, and they go in towards B. Catch him out, as you mentioned, and Krimbo, sure, he gets that kill towards Long, but it gives up his position as well. They can plant, and the round is over. So a chance to catch their breath, working out how they're going to coordinate themselves into round number 22. They have the AWP, as mentioned, and they will be buying up into it, the last of the gold here. As we'll see, M4s, 1 FAMAS, 1 kits, no helmets, and pretty good utility. It's a decent buy overall with the double AWP setup, and we'll see if stadodo will be challenged here at the start as he does jump down towards T-Spawn.
Double AWPs, would you believe it again? This time it has to land. They cannot have another round get taken away in similar fashion here. stadodo back to his usual hijinks, and again with this 2-pronged upper dark push, can KST account for it again? He will, and this time it's the double up. This might even be the map right now for FTW.
There's one more chance here for the FAMAS, and they don't have to give it to him. They can slow this round down.
There's a third player on B right now. You know, that means there's 2 on A. They can reposition, rejig. Is tappsyrsoN pushing?
The thing is, if he can get the AWP, that's great. That's all he wants right now. Get out of there, and he's a turret at the back of the B side at least. He had to upgrade the weaponry, try and funnel them back. And, actually...
This is very brave. He's scooping up more Yuto in the smoke.
See when to go get smokes and flashes? My God.
Okay, well, tappsyrsoN, your presence is known, that is for sure. FTW, this is the situation where you can't do the classic overcooking of the pooch.
Don't cook the pooch. Oh, you've actually done it there.
Pooch is
it's getting simmered right now.
Now, the oven was meant to be set to 180 degrees Celsius. We're at 220 right now, so might cook a little bit quicker than we were expecting.
Poor
40 seconds.
He just wants to live. It's a 5-on-3. You're round to lose, but I dare say tappsyrsoN has got something to say about this. His only option was to recover this AWP. He's got so many angles to watch, and presumably the flames come down towards the window, but they haven't. A chance, Chad. One that will not be realized just yet. They've actually broken through, and that should be it, unfortunately. tappsyrsoN gave it his best shot, unable to really find any footing into the round, though, and that's going to be a 5-on-2. The aggression towards B once again. Do you want to see a flash there? Do you want to see a bit more than just a dry peek with 2 players?
I'm just trying to work out why it's the necessity.
They've done it 2 rounds in a row, and it failed twice.
Yeah, maybe the idea is they know that they can isolate KST, or at least that's what they think, because they can't.
How comfy is that?
This is fantastic work from Custom.
You have to swing out. If you're the second player, you have to go for it, right? And he's got the AK-47. You've got an incredibly difficult duel ahead of you. And he reacts perfectly. Custom stepping up, and they'll just be left holding the AWP once again. So something to work with going forward, but 13-9. That's confirmed.
That third map, but if we do need it, remember, we've already had this discussion. Nuke on the table here today to be the third and deciding map. There will be a knife round to work out who is going to be starting on that CT side.
That's actually one of the most important knife rounds of the tournament for Big, I would say. Losing to FTW on the T side of Nuke would be a nightmare.
Well, this is the thing. The pressure is on Big if they want to keep their hopes and dreams alive.
The sliver
they have to win this series. And right now, this is not looking good whatsoever. Everybody else in the tournament is taking care of FTW pretty handedly, I would say, Henry.
Well, does it all come down to this? Can they rise to the occasion? Big Clan with another trick up their sleeve. It's not the B push this time, but looking towards lower. syrsoN has had his moments, but for now, challenging towards lower. Surely the AK doesn't get the best of him here. Flashbang comes through. Has to avert his gaze. Waiting for the opportunity. This is pretty much all they've got. And the flash comes in again. They'll just have to retreat here. The USP throws in a grenade. Should do some damage there. Oh, 30 damage, not too bad. Hinge smoke to be deployed. And I dare say the CTs will be pushing through the double doors. And indeed, syrsoN will get a taste of that Desert Eagle.
Massive issues here. Tabs still has a smoke and a nade. They can deploy that in a one-way fashion. They're going to molly on syrsoN as well. So actually, some concerns. They've juggled the smoke across to syrsoN. He can deploy that classic simple one-way over towards the baskets. Krimbo can stay tucked in and hope that he doesn't get mollied out of position. And as we say, the fire will rain down from hell.
He's
Krimbo,
okay, though.
Yeah, he can just sit here as long as they don't spam. They can actually boost if they really wanted to clear this position diligently here. And now it might go overlooked. FTW, this was your key to success. This was your key to a map win, and it's falling through your fingers right here.
It all came down to a deagle push towards middle, and speaking of which, Faven will light them up. A double kill, 3 versus 1. The round should be over here. 30 seconds remain, but your boy KST giving absolutely everything he's got, but hiding towards the smoke, being an absolute nuisance here. syrsoN will find double digits for Big. So in a round they probably shouldn't have won. They probably needed one of these to go in their favor.
Massive work from Faven. The fact that he brute forced through mid doors on the hinge smoke, you can understand you can try and isolate a player there, sure, but they get that kill, they find that AK.
This is the reason people are throwing it from T-spawn, right? Because you've mentioned it a couple of times in the tournament, if you right-click it, the CTs, they're ready to pounce, they'll strike you.
But here it is again, nobody anti-flash.
True.
Nobody anti-flash.
Yeah, good
Against
point.
a low-buy situation. The 2 players with the rifle completely blind. stadodo has to jump back out of the picture. Our poor observing team of Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 waiting on Krimbo because he should have been the round being sealed right there, but it's Faven who steals all the limelight and gets Big up to 10. That one there, it's going to crack a team like FTW, isn't it?
Poochie's back in the oven, Chad. That's for sure. And we'll take a timeout to discuss the options of FTW. They have a full buy here, but that's a disheartening round to say the very least.
Isn't Poochie a character from The Simpsons? Like there was a rapping dog that was doing adverts?
I don't think it was called Poochie. Maybe it was. That's when he has to leave to save his planet, right?
Yeah.
I should know this.
Poochie.
Maybe it is Poochie.
Yeah, it was Poochie.
Poochie, yeah, you're right.
Okay, well, different Poochie than what I'm talking about. But regardless, here we are. The crowbar of Agil out long. syrsoN lops off ahead too.
Much better. The long takes been prevalent in this series so far. And this time FTW coming out on top and then some. Keto and Krimbo removed. As we'll see the blue box boost come through. And the response is what it's all about now. Do Big want to try and explore their options towards the other side of the map? They've actually got everyone towards A. tabseN trying to recover the round. He's managed to have some amazing sequences so far. The triple spray down towards B was spectacular. But it will take that once again to give them a fighting chance here. The smoke just to buy some time. Maybe a boost on the site required here, I would say. And indeed, Faven goes up. Will have to be the turret here. He needs to find multiple kills with the sniper. The double AWP setup will be tested here.
That little cache of utility down towards CT spawn could genuinely be the undoing of FTW here. If they stick to the guns and they just try and execute towards A, there's so many nades available still. You really need to take account of this. Now, I know tabseN's all the way over towards B, puffing up his chest here. I'm not sure how long he's going to stick to his guns. The long util is starting to land now, and they're actually out of position. I was building this up in the sense that...
I wanted to jump in and say, well, I don't think they'll be going for it.
they had everything they needed here. I just didn't... I think Big thought that FTW would fall back because they could have completely mollied the site 3 times, HE'd the plant multiple times. This is a round that they did have a chance, and now they're just fighting to stay alive here. Haven't found a kill. They find another. Maybe they get lured into this, but it isn't looking likely.
Nor the double AWPs. I don't think it's even worth the conversation. Might as well save these weapons for the next round. And FTW, one step closer, touching distance, I would say now, Chad, of Nuke. 14-10, but again, Big still the favored team. Even at this stage, I would say they've saved double AWPs here. They probably need to take a timeout. Godby needs to give them a bit of a speech, rally the troops perhaps, but I think they'll still be fine. Think being the operative word. But they've saved incendiaries, flashes, HEs, and a double AWP setup, probably the most potent you can have on Dust2. But this long take, again, a very nice spawn from Agil. The wombo combo of syrsoN following it up as well. Nice kill from Faven, but it's all for naught, as there it is. Round confirmed, 14-10.
I guess we really just have to big up a Jill here because he's doing it all on the CT side. He was locking down positions, just anchoring it, getting multi-kills when asked of him. Now he's opening rounds.
25.
He's having a really good game. And probably the best performance from any of the individuals. Actually, no, definitely the best performance from any of the individuals we've seen from FTW so far in this event. So he can hold his head high. He's doing his job here and he's hanging with the big boys quite literally.
Yes, that works on a few levels, doesn't it? That's quite nice.
Okay, matters into his own hands here. syrsoN barreling up mid, backs off again. He was a lot more unrestrained with his peaks on Inferno, it felt. And he had a massive haul on Inferno.
Yeah, a little bit more subdued on Dust2. I guess the rude awakening of going down to this massive scoreline, the double digits, has settled him down somewhat. Doesn't want to be taking too many risks, but once again, yeah, they'll be throwing the hinge smoke from here this time just to make sure the Eagles don't fly through the double doors. There it is. And Krimbo spots a gap potentially. Does want to try and get towards lower.
I guess when they watch the demos, they can see that nobody really watching this, and they also incendiaried off towards lower dark just to make sure this was possible.
I like this though. This is that reactive play. He can confirm if a B is clear, and they could potentially cheat a man back towards the A bomb site.
They did use another nade there down behind Xbox to help Krimbo clear, so a lot of you two going into making this happen. An elbow spotted, a shot taken, setup now noted for FTW. And again, they're kind of condemned to this long play.
There it is. We've got the rotation now from Faven. He's actually heading back towards A, but stadodo with a chance of the AWP. Spots syrsoN. And that's going to be the first kill as well. Do they capitalize upon this? Did they just full send it towards the bomb site? A boost potentially? Oh, they fumbled it. Is that the retreat? I think they've still got one more go at it. There it is. That's their access point. Krimbo finds a kill towards top of middle. Keto boosted up. Can't convert though. And it looks like they might be falling back here, Chad.
They have to save. I don't know how you're expected to get into an A retake like this. syrsoN almost giving away his life, almost giving them away in. He will. Burns down, naded through, 3-on-3. The fight is on.
Here we go then. Keto needs to strike, find the head of the DDias. It doesn't happen. And Agil, such a strong position behind the car as well. Why is stadodo peeking that? I couldn't tell you why. They keep giving them opportunities here. The bomb still, half to go here. So he gets the M4. This is the all-important frag, and it's not going to happen. Well held by FTW. Some questionable moments for sure, but still 15-10. Big, with around $4,000 per player, need to string together 5 rounds in a row. It's not looking likely. It's not looking good at all. They have to buy, of course. And we get into round number 26.
Oh, man. I guess
where was he?
He got run boosted into pit. syrsoN didn't
I couldn't even see him from his POV.
syrsoN didn't note this. So as he stepped out, stadodo's been run boosted across. That whole play right there, it caught us off guard because it caught syrsoN off guard, and it was a nice little move. But syrsoN had 8 grand. He has an AWP again. He's dropped a rifle. Big. They may be dropping a map here to FTW. A performance led by Agil as stadodo had a moment there to take that shot. This time they're going to turn their attention back towards B. Sitting here in upper tunnels, a nade forward is something going to do a light lick of damage. It's too deep here to scathe the closest. And again, rinse and repeat of this hinge smoke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's working out tremendously well for them. It does just remove information for the CTs. You can't guarantee the short is clear. And flashes now towards lower. CTs try to probe and current meta towards his position. The point of access is a lot more open than the previous Dust2 versions. But the bomb now towards top of middle, coordinating themselves towards A potentially.
Bad little nade there into lower tunnels, but DDias still on his crawl. I know that the clock is against them here. Starting to posture for a couple of options, a mid to B or a short play. On the Xbox, stadodo coming down with the AWP to cover off here, just keeping in this pack mentality. They will be clearing out the close right, so they know that there's... Oh, nobody too close as that Hail Mary nade does so much damage. FTW, 5 kills, 30 seconds. That's all they need. That's all they have. Can they get the victory?
Well, tabseN, he has other ideas, Chad. A double spray down with the FAMAS. They still have a slight chance in this one. This is the all-important kill, but Faven makes light work of them. They line up and maybe overthinking that round a little bit too much. Quite rigid, not with the same flair we've seen in previous rounds from FTW there. And they still have a buy. Might be a partial with 2 players at 3,500, but still big. Start the long, arduous task here of finding 5 rounds in a row. Now down to 4.
I think one of the positives that you have going for you, if you are FTW, is the loss bonus is going to build for you over the next few rounds. Now, I know that there's only 4 remaining before OT, but if they wanted to buy here, you could certainly justify it. You could have 3 AKs with full util. You could have syrsoN come in with the AK head armor, and KST can operate on a Galil or something lesser with nades around it. So a very potent buy is possible here. Now you have to look and go, what spawns are available? Dust2 is one of the few maps where I think that spawns really dictate the amount of plays that we see. There's good long spawns for KST and stadodo. So in this situation, KST on low cash, get a Mac 10 out, you Hail Mary him out long. They have been getting the long control, right? That hasn't been a qualm, it hasn't been an issue, but maybe a fast play is something they're a little bit scared of, knowing they just need one more round.
That's the thing, like the mentality shifts. All of a sudden when you get 15, you don't want to be making silly calls or anything like that, and you maybe turtle up a bit too much. Either way, though, we are going to have just one Galil, 3 Tech-9s, make it 2, and a Desert Eagle. So basic utility, maybe just a B player, smoke out the doors, maybe smoke the window, flash over, and see whether you get the bomb down. I would say that's pretty much exactly what we'll see, but time will tell. Let's see whether they can cause a dent here. In terms of the setup, Keto in towards that cubby position once again. Like we said, normally only good for 1 kill. This time, there's the first, and unfortunately, it's history repeating itself. 1 frag found, but Faven will at least even the playing field here. Back to a 4 versus 3.
Now, Henry, they shouldn't lose this round. There's a lot of utility. Everybody has rifles, but one of the problems is a double or retake. Now, if they use all their utility, which they didn't do against syrsoN when he won the 1-on-4 situation, they should be fine. A molly towards backside, under the window, car. Use your smoke towards tunnel, the flashes. You have literally everything you could possibly desire for a B retake, and now they've let the clock tick down.
This is where things get a little bit complicated. You're dead on, Chad. The double orbs coming through those doors is a scary prospect. And here's the Desert Eagle striking. Lots of damage inflicted. Is this where they close things out? It comes down to 1 versus 1. Taps in to save the day. Time is of the essence. Does he go for the full defuse? It's the HE grenade. I think he's done enough. Oh, he absolutely has. He didn't have time to kill him, Chad. He could have run away, but it's the HE that lands on his front doorstep, blows the front door down. And there we have it, 15-12. And a decent attempt from FTW. Close as you like.
Jeez, a 1v1 in that type of a buy. It was a Galil and the rest were on pistols with you two. And it comes down to this. They allow so much time to trickle off the clock because they're respecting the utility that's already up, and Tabson has to have another nail-biter of a round win. He had to win one yesterday, Henry, with a knife.
You're right, and the same bomb side as well. Wow. The HE was the only thing that could save them there, but they managed to keep the hopes and dreams alive, at least of Dust2. Wow. So, a tactical timeout just to catch their breath, I would say. It's actually called by Big after such a scary situation for them. Now requiring 3 rounds. As we said, FTW came into that one with Galils, Tech-9s and Deagles, barely anything, and they managed to get that close to glory. Their first map in ESL Pro League Season 16. They'd love to get a map, Chad. They don't want to leave Malta without even getting a map. This is their chance.
16-4, 16-4 losses to FaZe, 16-8, 16-10 losses to Outsiders, and a 16-5, 16-6 loss to G2. The first map against Big went down 16-7, but here they've gone the distance, 15-12. Their best performance yet, and we know this is a team who aren't necessarily stand and fight with the big boys, but putting up a real resistance here today.
Against Big.
The biggest of the boys.
The biggest of all the big boys. So, it all settles down for now, back into a default.
Now here's the issue, right? And we've all been here before, once or twice in our time. But if you keep playing the slow default rounds, I don't have a problem with it, right? You think about how close they were to breaking through at that point. But if you get into the if you lose this one, and next round you have to partial buy, they're likely to do something quick. And Big are going to know that. So this is where the flow of the game and the calling can start becoming a little bit more predictable. So a finishing blow for FTW would be sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that knockout punch has to be delivered. Right here, right now, I would say. 3 players towards long. syrsoN exploring the options at short. So this time actually going up towards short. They've just been throwing that hinge smoke and going towards B usually.
Okay, well, they're going to try and isolate one man over towards the pit position, and that is Krimbo.
But he's on the ledge, right? So he'll just be for the drop-down kill. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see whether that works out for him. Some backup coming in as well. Flashes to be delivered. Who will come out on top? Jill, stadodo. 5 versus 3. They have the syrsoN to get by, and they spotted the barrel. You're dead on. He's done for. I think we're bigger done for as well, Chad. 16-12 looks locked in.
That is 30 kills right now for a Jill. A massive performance from him. And FTW look to post their first map. KST, just one more kill to find. It's going to be Faven here. The crowd, they are on their feet. Portuguese fans around the world will be having sweet rice tonight. As KST, he just has to get this last frag onto Faven. The info, that'll do. A 1-on-5. Very, very unlikely scenes here for poor Faven.
Well, they've avoided the wooden spoon at least, Chad. But you don't get a single map at a tournament, that's the wooden spoon. They've avoided that. It looks like it's locked in. An admirable performance, it has to be said. Playing with their hearts on their sleeve, they take map number 1, or map number 2, I should say.
Their first map. Don't worry about that. And that's the talking point right here. Some smiles on the faces. We haven't seen a lot of these as far as FTW are concerned. This team coming through the conference, coming into a stacked group along the sides of FaZe, G2, Outsiders, Big, and Big on their map choice Fumble. That one right there is going to sting. It's not a good loss to have in the column, but it might wake them up from map number 3, which is Nuke. It will be coming just around the corner.